Hi, welcome back to Boy in the Tower Storytime. So we're up to chapter 53 now. In the last chapter there was a panic about salt and whether they've got enough left. So let's see if they manage to find any more. Chapter 53. There's no time for sleeping. And from somewhere in my head a line of a poem pops out. I don't feel like I can understand poems most of the time, but this one has stayed with me for a long time. Well, one line of it anyway. It's something like, "And miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep." I'm not even sure exactly how long a mile is. Is it as long as a corridor in the tower, or is it more like the length of 10 double-decker buses? It's probably longer. Miles and miles. It sounds like a long way. Walking down to the basement that night, it feels just like that. Miles and miles. And then I am there and I'm about to shout out to the others, and I can hear their voices talking through the doorway, and then I hear something that stops me. Someone laughing. It's a weird sound that bounces off the dark walls, and I can't understand why someone would be laughing when we're all in danger. Then I hear Dory's voice. "Stop crying, pet," she commands, not unkindly. "We need to think about what to do. We need a new plan. We can't give up all hope. Not yet. Think of Addy. We are going to get him out of this if it's the last thing we do." I turn the light of my torch off and I don't move. I flatten myself against the wall and listen in the darkness. "They're in the building, Dory," Ben is saying. "What else can we do? The spores are in the air. We can block off the lower floors, but they're going to take over soon." "Yeah, Ben's right," Obi says. "We haven't got enough salt left now. All we could do is try and use the salt we have left on the one coming up the drain, and then move further up the tower, and then... Wait to be rescued. They'll come. Did you listen to the radio tonight? Did they mention it?" Dory says. Yeah, there's a meeting about it tonight, I think, but they don't think there are any survivors. They don't know we're here," Obi says. There's a long pause then, where the only sound is Mum's cries. They're getting quieter now, though. "Yeah, I'd better get the mask on and salt that blucher," Obi says, "coming up the water pipes." He gives an almost little laugh. "Oh, didn't see that one coming." And then Mum says, "But the spores are through there, Obi. They'll be in the air now." I can imagine Obi turning to her, as he once did to me, back when I told him that I'd seen lights in the other tower and I thought Guy was in there. "We must try to stop them," he says. "We must try for Addy." I walk away then as quietly as I can and spreading my weight across my soles like I used to do when I played the silence game, and I move noiselessly down the corridor back to my flat. I don't want them to know that I heard everything they said. Despite everything, I can't help feeling cross that they didn't tell me they had a radio all along. It's difficult to explain why, after what I have just heard, even that the bluchers have come up right through the water pipes into the tower. I mostly feel upset about that. And left out, I guess. Left out. It's yet another thought I've had tonight that I need to unravel from my fingers and let fall to the floor, because the other thing that I've overheard is how far they'll go to protect me. And it's weird because it seems like, from their voices, they want to save me more than they want to save themselves, even though they can't really. And Dory still believes, for no reason, that we will be saved, and Obi's going to go into the room with the spores in the air, just to give us a last chance to survive this. And I hang on to that thought and it makes me want to cry, but mostly to never forget that this is what people do for each other.